Hi there everyone and welcome back to another exciting episode of the Wild Wonders of Southern Africa. Today I'm joined by a fantastic South African blogger, and normally my videos is all about vloggers and YouTubers, but today I'm going to be speaking to Raye, and she's going to be telling you more about herself, why she started vlogging or blogging, and what message she wants to bring across to you guys. So tell us a little bit more about yourself.
So firstly I want to tell you my story, how it all started. I basically grew up loving nature, and it's always been a dream to live in the countryside. I grew up in the city, and as a bit of a bird nerd, after school I would go sit in my garden and pretend I cannot hear the city and the noises and the ambulances and the cars. And so it was a big dream for me to live in the countryside. And so I studied ecotourism because I wanted to be in the bush. That's basically the main thing I wanted to do.
The dream.
The big dream.
Yeah. As you guys know, I also studied ecotourism management, and that's where I met Lisa for the first time. So yeah, sorry for interrupting you. Go ahead.
No problem. And so I started my blog because I was now living my dream life, and I was working on a game ranch, and it's animals all around me, and people keep telling me, wow, what you have is amazing. And I think sometimes we forget to appreciate what we have. So it doesn't matter where you are, you forget to appreciate what you have. So I decided to start blogging so that I can document all the nice things that happens in my life. So that's basically how it started. At that point I was living on a game ranch, and there were lion, and there were hyenas, and then
loads of animals.
Yeah, rhino, buffalo,
whoa,
you name it.
Very scary stuff.
Unfortunately no elephant, but it was amazing. And so yeah, that's the start of my story.
Okay. And how long have you been vlogging? Or blogging, sorry. I keep on mixing it up, blogging and vlogging.
I started in 2014, and I blogged on and off, telling a little bit of my story every now and again when I feel like it. And then I recently decided that I want to do it more often. So at the moment I try to post 2 or 3 times a week, and what I want for my blog is that when people arrive at my blog, I want them to feel like they've just arrived in a small town. And they start exploring, and they go to a little coffee shop, and it's amazing, and they get some great food, and they walk out and they meet some locals.
Yeah.
And the locals have amazing stories, and they live in amazing places, and then maybe they drive off and they go to a game reserve, they do a little bit of birding, or they go game viewing. And I just want to create a place where people feel like they can escape from their city lives. And a few of the categories that I want to expand on, in July I'm starting a people section. And yes, and I've already got quite a few nice interviews lined up with people that are living in amazing places. So you better look out for that. It's going to be very interesting. And then I've also started telling a little bit of my story on the farm at the moment. I put out trail camps, and I try and see what I can find on the farm at the moment.
I've seen that on the blog. It is amazing. It is really, really cool, guys.
Thank you. So at the moment, we are on an agricultural farm, but there's still a lot of wildlife.
Yeah,
I mean,
course.
South Africa is amazing like that. So there's some bat-eared foxes, and there was a genet the other day, and there was even a spotted eagle owl parading around.
Whoa.
Doing a little walkabout. It was so funny.
Fantastic.
And another topic that's very close to my heart is living sustainably and environmentally conscious.
Yeah.
So I do write about that. I do write a little bit in Afrikaans. So reason for that, it's my mother tongue. And a lot of people write about zero waste and sustainability in English, but there's not a lot of resources
That's
for
true.
that in Afrikaans. However, if you're not Afrikaans speaking, I've tried to set it up in a way that you can quickly skip to only reading the English articles. And if you are Afrikaans, please do go and check out my Afrikaans.
And luckily, guys, I know that there's quite a lot of the Dutch subscribers on my channel. So I bet you guys, if you go over to
Definitely.
Lisa's blog, you would really easily understand it. And also, if there are a couple of words, why don't you ask Lisa what it means? And I'm pretty sure she will tell
I'm
you
actually
guys.
Dutch myself, so you can even ask it in Dutch and I'll explain it to you because
There
I
you go.
understand Dutch perfectly. So it'd be lovely to welcome some Dutch viewers on my blog as well. My family is already there, but some other Dutch viewers. That would be
So that's a challenge for
really
you
good.
guys. So please, if you are Dutch and you are following me on all of my social media platforms, please log on to Lisa's blog and subscribe. It's so cool. I will have all of the social media links down below. I know Lisa's on Instagram and on Facebook. She's got some amazing content there as well. So I'll have all
Thank you, I'm
3
working
of
on
her platforms linked in the description below. So click on that. But yeah, tell us a little bit more about Krokata. For those of you guys that don't know what it is, you're in for a treat. So
Krokata, the name is derived from the scientific name of the spotted hyena, Krokata krokata. And what happened is I got the privilege to raise a spotted hyena. It was never planned. It just happened, and I'm so thankful for it. It's amazing. But shortly before I got Krokata, I also raised a little springbuck, and it died. And you can read about it on my blog. It was quite traumatic for me. And when we got Krokata, I said we shouldn't name her because it's going to make me feel more emotionally attached. So we just started calling her by a scientific name, fooling ourselves, thinking that we're not going to fall in love with this animal. So we got this little spotted hyena, 6 days old. I know nothing about animal rehabilitation, wild animals. I mean, I did try to Google what to feed a baby hyena, or what to feed a hyena cub, but obviously
what did you find?
not much. Not much. So we phoned around to some rehab centers, and that's the start of my journey. She was living in my house for the first 3 months, and we also raised her together with our Australian cattle dog, so she was bonding with the dog. And at some point it just got a little bit too much having her in my house, so we lived in this cute little house with a loft upstairs, and my husband was working upstairs, and I wanted to go sit with him, and I decided I better take her with, because if I leave her at the bottom she might just eat something and I won't know about it. So I took her with, and it was like something clicked and she knew she could go up the stairs. So from then on, I think she was about 2.5 months, she started going up the stairs. So at night I would lie in bed and it would be like this little gorilla going up going up the staircase, and then just scrubbing around. There was like boxes and things lying around. So I eventually just got tired of it, and I chucked her out one night at 3 o'clock in the morning. Just opened the door and I just said, well, go outside. And the next morning I felt very bad, and I felt very sorry for her. But you know what? She's a wild animal, and she proved it through and through. It wasn't a week, and she found herself a little rock, and she made a den for herself in the camp where we were living. And she lived in camp for another 9 months, and you can go read all about my journey with Krokata on the blog.
Exciting, guys, exciting. And tell me a little bit more about the future. What are you planning for your blog in the future, and what can we expect from you?
So, as I said, I'm starting this people section in July. I'm really looking forward to that. I really want to bring, I think there's people that are living in amazing places, and we all dream about it. And I mean, these people make me jealous. So I want to bring that to you. I do want to write a lot more on zero waste. I think that we're living, in the way we are living right now, we are just wasting. We are wasting continuously. We don't care about our natural resources, and I feel it's a very important topic. I feel it's a topic that goes in well whether you live in the country or in the city. I want to write a little bit more about motherhood. I've recently become, my daughter is 18 months old, and obviously she's on the farm with me. So I've already started writing about our adventures, but I want to write a little bit more, and also maybe going in the direction of living a sustainable life with a child, because
that can't be easy.
It always has an extra impact when you raise a child. And stories. I just want to give you stories, things of what happens on the farm, places that I visit, maybe little towns, I do have some ideas, but I do need to get out to towns to write these stories. And then also some of my stories, when I go to the city, I visit some places, I call that section Country Girl to the City, and then I write about whatever I find in the city. I am a big fan of drinking coffee, so
yeah. And this is a big shout out, this is a big shout out to our sister channel, Being in Africa as well. We'll have a small section on that channel with myself and Lisa as well, just to diversify that channel a little bit more and talk a little bit more about coffee drinking. Yeah. And Lisa, yesterday we saw a pretty cool bird. Was that a lifer for you, or
yeah, it was.
Did you go and check it up in the book?
I did.
Okay.
I did. I'm super excited. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but it's the Aries hawk.
Aries hawk eagle, yeah.
Yeah, it's the Aries hawk eagle, and it was the first time. So I do a bit of birding. I won't call myself a good birder, but I call myself a very passionate birder.
That's a good answer. There's no such thing as a good birder. There's lucky birders and then there's passionate birders.
Yes,
so, yeah.
So I do get carried away. I take my daughter on my back, and sometimes we end up walking for 3 hours just looking for birds. And I think her life list is much bigger than most other people's life list.
Of her age group as well.
Of her age, yeah. Even though my life list is only around 300 birds, because I've never really birded to get a life list, and recently I decided that it's going to take my birding to a new level if I do. So I'm having a lot of fun doing that.
It's a fun challenge.
It's lovely.
Yeah. I also only started my life list after university, and I mean,
look, but you've got an amazing life list, though.
It's
600 plus.
Yeah, well, it's not where the big guys are. Some of those guys have got more than 900, and then you have to spend a lot of time and a lot of money to get that. But yeah, it's fun, and it's a life list. I see it as, if I have the opportunity and if I have the time and the money to spend on chasing a nice rare bird, I'll definitely try it.
Definitely.
But
you don't always have the money to do
yeah,
that.
I did a really weird one last year. I'll have that video up soon as well for you guys, where I flew down to Cape Town to see a pretty weird wader. But I don't want to go into the details now of it. But yeah, just for the day. And the worst thing is I dragged my wife along with it. And yeah, the bird was at a sewage plant to make it nice and romantic.
But you know what? These birds are
Yeah.
at sewage plants. And I actually said to Liaan yesterday that I think there are these guys that just go and sit at these sewage plants waiting for them to pitch up, because they know they're going to be there.
And that's where the passion comes in again.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's a passion. That's a crazy passion.
Yeah, guys, so please do me a favor. Go on over to Lisa's blog and subscribe. All you need to do is type in your email address, and there's a small little box that you can tick that will allow Lisa to send you the links directly to your email. And believe me, it's worth it. I've been subscribed to Lisa now for a while, and it's a really good read. Every night before I go to bed, I check and see if I've got a new blog post from her, and it's so relaxing and it's so fun to read it.
Thank you.
So definitely, guys, do yourself a favor, do that. Follow her on Instagram. She's got some amazing photos and some cool stories there as well. And if you have Facebook, obviously join her group. Is it a group or a page?
It's a page.
It's a page. Join a
Yes.
page. Just click that like button.
Please
Yeah.
do.
So guys, that's it from us for today. It's a nice short and sweet video. As always, if you're not subscribed to my channel yet, please click on your subscribe button, your bottom right hand corner. That will subscribe to you automatically. And give this video a big like, guys. So if you see this big thumb, click on the like button. And if you're not subscribe to any of my other social media platforms, guys, please remember I am on Instagram and Twitter and all of the others as well. Click on that bell notification icon, or what do you call it these days? That little bell, you see this one? Click on that. Otherwise, YouTube might not let you know if I have a new video out. And that's it from us for today. So remember to follow Lisa, guys. Bye.